what were your initial impressions of this game?
Well, the second quarter is where I think it, got away from us a bit. They got rolling and created a little separation. The turnovers, especially in the first half, were a problem, but 12 turnovers for 19 points. We knew going in, they're second in steals, second in strips. They're going to turn teams over. We have to kind of avoid that trap. And we didn't do a very good job, especially in that first half, and paid the price for it. Even late game, I think we had 3 possessions, down 10 or down 11, and just couldn't get over the hump. So just our late game execution, a little disorganized at times, but there were some positives. I think there were some positives, especially on the offensive end, defensively. And I know those two are a handful, particularly Steph. Did a better job in that first half than the second, but once he gets going, it's really difficult to kind of cool him off.
Were you pleased with what you saw from Porzingis tonight?
Yeah, I think so. He missed some shots early, and that's going to happen. But I think overall it was a solid effort. I think he, to have him play, a slightly longer stretch, each game I think is important to have him, in there late, but also to just continue to develop that chemistry, be out there with those guys and get a feel for where he likes to be and what kind of actions he wants to be involved in.
What did you see in terms of the way Deni responded tonight to games for him that were not up to his own standards?
He was a lot better. I think he was more relaxed. I didn't think he was pressing or, he shot an air ball and that happens, but didn't let it affect him. He came right back and kind of stayed the course, which is a good sign. And just continue to play with confidence, play your game, and you'll be all right.
Kind of had a diversity of 3-point shooters tonight. What did you just see from the perimeter defense?
Well, yeah. Steph is 7-14. It's a tough outing. Clay gets going a little bit, but going in, we knew they were going to make threes. We wanted to take away the easy ones. There's some guys who are capable 3-point shooters who made threes as well. I think 6 or 7 threes from their quote unquote non-shooters. But it's going to happen, and we have to do a better job of kind of shutting that valve off early and not let him him get going. And that's easier said than done. He's obviously one of the best players in the league and one of the best all-time offensive players to have ever played. So to do that is a tall task. But just being locked in and just take away all those easy looks, I think that would help.
What do you guys make of the 4-game stretch out west as a whole?
Well, it was a disappointment. We knew coming out it was these were tough games. I told our guys, maybe it's a different result if we played this hard the other night. Bottom line, and you can argue it's second night of a back-to-back, but we didn't get the desired result. But I thought our overall effort and intent was much better.
For the positives you saw on the offensive end, did those positives come from KP and Deni? Was that what you're talking about, or what else did you see?
Well, in general, I thought early on, ball was moving. I think we got some good looks. I liked our pace, our attack after we got stops. First half in particular, we were aggressive in the paint, which is always a strength of ours. But I think overall it was a solid offensive outing. We just have to clean up the execution late and make sure we're getting quality possessions in crunch time. Yeah, overall I am. I think it's he's shooting with a lot of confidence. And I've told him before, just be decisive. The ball finds you in rhythm, shoot it. If you're within the confines of our offense, by all means. And the biggest thing for him is to continue to make quick decisions. Attack live ball closeouts, shoot it, or get off of it and find the next action. But I think he's done a terrific job with that. He puts a lot of time in it, and he's reaping the benefit.
Chase.
Hey, Wes. 3-point defense has been such a strength for you guys all year. What do you think's been different these last 4 or 5 games?
Well, I think I'll say the last 2 in general, but a lot of the threes are coming off the bounce. those are tough to guard. You got unique guys shooting pull-ups. That's tough. Some of them are catch and shoot. I think our strength has been, guarding the three in particular in pick and rolls. But we haven't seen a ton of that in the last couple nights. It's been more just one-on-one, catch and shoot, in transition. In those areas, I think we have to clean up. But, on the season in general, I think the vast majority of those are pick and rolls.
It seemed like tonight we saw a little bit more of Kuz and Porzingis setting each other up. What are you seeing from them in terms of them building chemistry together?
Well, I think it's going to take time, but I like the two-man tandem. Those sometimes it's three-man actions, but you're trying to put a ball handler, playmaker involved. KP can mix pick and pops, rolls, and then whether it's Pope or Kuz, kind of single side tags. Those kind of dimensions have been good for us.
Neil.
Hey, Coach, we've talked before about, just helping the helper and communication on defense. Guys have said, they're not on a string, things like that. How much this season have you seen that as a recurring issue, and the times that you guys have done well in that, would you say that's more of a abnormality, or how do you kind of just find that consistency in that regard?
That is the big word, is consistency. And it's on both ends, just trying to find a level of consistency to sustain play. I think it happens. There are times that there's confusion. Sometimes we're changing defenses, that try to get the ball out of somebody's hand or put a little bit more pressure on somebody. And those changes aren't articulated amongst the group. So you have two or three guys maybe who are locked into what has changed, and maybe another two or three who, haven't quite got it. So just that level of communication, I think, is the biggest piece. And that's just something that we have to continue to work at.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And last question is Shibata.
Hello, Coach. Thank you for your time. I'd like to ask you about Rui Hachimura. Can you hear me? I'd like to ask you about the Rui Hachimura's performance, and I'm wondering if you have any idea or intention of moving him into a starting lineup in the near future.
I think, everything's on the table. I think I like him where he is right now. But as he progresses, we'll see. I think he's done a lot of good things, and I know he missed a chunk of games early, so we were playing catch up, in the meat of the season. But where he is now from where he was, a month and a half, 2 months ago, it's like night and day. A different level of confidence. He's shooting the ball at a high clip. He's got a pretty good feel for how we play, how we space. So I just want to continue to see him grow.
Okay, and hot news here in Tokyo is you guys are coming to Tokyo next year, next fall. So do you have anything to say to Japanese fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're very excited. I think it's a great opportunity, not only to represent, our organization, our franchise, represent the NBA, but to do training camp and have the opportunity to do that in Japan is incredible. Obviously Rui's a big piece of that. So it'll be my second trip personally to Japan. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity to learn a little bit more culturally, immerse myself in the culinary side. But also we know we're there for a job, and to do that in training camp, have the preseason games there against the Warriors, just a terrific opportunity for all.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, that's it. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Deni, Wes said he saw some positives on the offensive end from you guys. How do you evaluate your individual performance?
You talking about individual performance for me? I mean, just it's all in my head, like sometimes, stretches like that happen, just don't feel like it, but you gotta push through. It's part of the business, it's a long season. Sometimes it can happen, but I just keep working, I was here shooting a night before. You know, the coach is doing a great job of really giving me confidence and believing in me. And sometimes that's all you need. And I told myself, all right, then he's like, that's that what it is. Like, you got to keep going and just play hard, just compete. Like, I've done that for so long. So it feels good to be back in shape. Hopefully we can finish the season strong as a team too.
Did you feel like you were thinking about things less as you were out there? And if so, why might that have been the case?
In this game, or?
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking this game. You know, I was like, all right, like it's time to switch it up. It's time to make some plays for others. You know, Kuz got me in the game with a nice layup, and I feel like that got me going. Again, it's all in my head because I've been doing it for so long. I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm here for a reason. I feel like I'm getting better, and as I said, just keep going.
At a time when you feel like you're not playing your best, who do you turn to for support and to?
My best psychologist is the gym. You know, like that's what relaxes me. That's what brings me my calm and get me back on track. And it's something that I do, and it helps me. Of course, I got my family and my people around me that really helped me and like talk with me every day and making sure I'm all right. And as I said, the players, the coaches, they all believing in me and giving me confidence. And sometimes for a young player, that's all you need.
Given how much you want to play well for your team, how difficult is it for you just to not think on the court? That makes sense.
Can you repeat it?
I'll try. Now, I need to not think when I ask the question.
Sorry.
We all know how badly you want to help the team.
Yep.
Given how much you want to contribute, how tough is it not to be tough on yourself?
Listen, it's hard. I'm coming from a culture that we're really tough on ourselves. You know, I'm half Serbian, and let's say we play with a lot of emotions, and sometimes it gets to me. Sometimes I'm overthinking. Sometimes it happens, and you know you play bad, and then you think to yourself, what did I do wrong? How do I improve it? And sometimes we just go out there and just play and play hard and not thinking too much because to play basketball, I know that's the main reason I'm here for a reason as well. And you know, being hard on myself, it's still part of my growth as a player. And I'm way better than what I was. So we're in a good point. We're good, guys.
I'll go to Chase on Zoom.
Hey, Deni, this was your 67th game this season. What's it just been like playing this many games? You know, obviously last year was shortened due to injury, but it looked like in the EuroLeague, you know, you never played anything close to this many games. So what's that just been like, that adjustment?
For me, as much as that difficult and I had injuries and you know, I played through them. I was never like, okay, let me rest this. Like, all right, my leg a little hurt. Let me rest. Like, I'm always for my team, for everybody, for the organization. My goal is to play every single game. And, you know, especially when last season I missed the playoffs and a couple of games towards the end of the season. I worked on my body a lot for me to be durable for every game. And that's a big goal of myself is to be ready and to be there for the coaches, for the players whenever they need me. So.
But is there like a mental adjustment, you know, just playing lots of games more than you played before?
Definitely. You know, it's not easy mentally, you know, especially as a young player, especially like coming from a season that you never played that amount of games. And sometimes it hits me. I'm human. Sometimes, like, you know, we had that game against San Antonio with 2 overtimes. We landed 3 a.m., landed 4 a.m. It's not something I'm used to. So then the Cleveland game after, I was feeling bad. So you know, it's part of the NBA. It's part of the growth to know how to manage your how to take care of your body, how to manage your strength, and just keep going.
All right, that's all the time we got for Denny tonight.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys, תודה רבה דני. ספר לנו קצת אתה ככה אחרי שלושה משחקים שלא נכנסת לכסף כמו שצריך, אתה היום נכנסת קצת יותר טוב, ספר לנו קצת על איך אתה עובר את הימים האלה מנטלית, ואיך אתה גם עושה את הקפיצה הזאת אחרי כמה ימים פחות טובים, ודיברת קצת על זה שאתה חושב יותר מדי לפעמים, אז ספר לנו קצת על זה גם בעברית בהרחבה על כל התהליך הזה שאתה עובר.
כן, תשמע, זה לא פשוט. המון משחקים, אתה יודע, אתה כל הזמן בדרכים, היה איזה משהו בשבוע האחרון שגרם לי קצת להיות ככה בדאון, לא ניכנס לזה יותר מדי. לא הרגשתי טוב, ראו את זה עליי, כאילו חשבתי יותר מדי, אבל כאילו בסופו של דבר אמרתי לעצמי כאילו, יאללה, זה איזושהי מדרגה, זה קורה לכולם. קורה לכולם, כמובן שאתה יודע, אני משחק את כל המשחקים ומנסה להיות הכי טוב כל הזמן, וכל הזמן להיות מוכן, גם מנטלית, גם גופנית, זה לא פשוט, אני גם בן אדם, גם עוברים עליי דברים, אבל אני שמח שיש לי סביבה שאוהבת אותי ותומכת בי ומערכת, ולפעמים אני לא צריך לחשוב יותר מדי, פשוט אני יודע לשחק כדורסל, ואצלי זה הכל בראש. זה שהראש שלי לא חושב הרבה, ואני עולה לשם ואני נהנה לשחק, אז פשוט כיף לי להיות שם, כיף להיות על המגרש.
לגמרי, מדינה שלמה מאחוריך.
תודה רבה.
Thanks, Denny.
AP, do you feel like you've progressed in every game you've played?
In some areas, for sure. It takes time to get a feeling for everybody and you know how we're playing, and a lot of times we do look a little bit random out there. You know, we're getting stuck on some plays, and you know I'm still new to the team, so I'm you know learning on the go. But every game I think it's you know it's progressing in the right direction, and yeah, we have. I think the things that we could take away are that we have really good moments where we're locking defensively, we're running, we're playing free, we're not, you know, thinking too much, and we're just playing instinctively, and I think that's when we're looking the best. So we had those moments, we just want to make those moments for as long as possible during the game, and I think then you know we'll mesh together much better, and it will look much smoother.
We've asked Wes and a bunch of guys, obviously who've been here longer than you, but coming in from the outside, what do you see as the team's kind of biggest issues on defense?
I think if you aim to be a high level team, and probably Kuz and Pope, you know, can speak on this better, but you know you have to talk on defense. The communication has to be at the highest level, and you have to clean up all the little details within. So make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's doing the same thing, and the rotations are correct. And you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up. You know, it's gonna happen. But to make sure that everybody's on the same page defensively, and having clear just basically just the defense is make sure everybody knows what we're doing, you know, and once we have that and the communication is at a high level, that's when you have to bring the intensity, energy every night, and make sure that the defense travels with you every game.
How does a team full of sometimes quiet guys get better at talking?
I don't know if we're quiet guys. I wouldn't say so. This team is pretty, you know, everybody gets along really well off the court, which is very important, you know, and I think on the court too, nobody has, you know, this thing where you can't talk to him or can't tell somebody something, you know, and everybody's open, you know, if somebody messes up, hey, you know, we all looks like everybody's willing to take responsibility for you know things that we mess up, and that's important. Yeah, opening communication, not taking anything personally, just we want to get better as a group, and you know that takes accountability, you know, between each other, and yeah, we're getting started, but I believe we'll get there.
everyone slumps at one point during a season. Deni went through one just the last few games. You don't know him well, but from what you've seen, how did he deal with it?
I think well. I think he's a young player, and you tend to overthink things and get in your own mind and get in your own way in some situation. At the end, you have to simplify everything. Put in the work behind closed doors, and then when you play free. Play as as free as you can. Just try to make the correct play, the right pass. Just keep it simple for yourself. Trust your instincts and trust your skill set. And then and then live with the result, good or bad. But that way you're and then once it's over, the game's over. If you want to look at film and see things that you can do better, do that. But you also have to disconnect your mind. You cannot be 24/7 on this game. Otherwise, you will just drive yourself crazy. We already have enough games, enough film sessions, enough practices. So I think just for him, simplifying everything and just trying to play as free as he can, knowing that he can make mistakes out there. He's a young player. Good.
A couple on Zoom here. Zach.
Hey, KP. The Wizards announced today that you guys will be playing in Japan this September. First of all, have you ever been to Japan, and how much do you look forward to going there?
Yeah, no, I've never been, and I'm extremely excited. Thanks to Rui, probably we're going there. So that I think that will be a really cool experience. Japanese culture is very strong, and many things from them, are global. So I think there will be many things that we'll be able to learn and see that we've never seen before. So and I've heard they're huge basketball fans also. So that will be really, really cool.
Do you have a favorite Japanese food?
I mean, I love sushi. It obviously comes from Japan, but to anything specific, I won't be able to tell you right now. But I just know that they're. I love how detail oriented they are. That's one thing I love about their culture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and last question to Christos.
Hey, KP, hope you're doing well. What are the takeaways of that road trip for you?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, what are the takeaways of that road trip in fourth games?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we had some good moments that we can take from this road trip, even though we took some tough losses. There are definitely things that we can take away from that were good moments that we can build off of. It's a new group, especially for me. It's we're all new here, so we're learning, and obviously playing on the road is tougher than playing at home, with your home crowd. So tough one, but it's the NBA. You go on road and it can go up or down, and it can be close games, and it can come down to few possessions, and that's just how it goes. So learning lesson for us. I think that if we could play with the same intensity, same focus that we played today, even though we didn't get the result, then I think that's the correct way. And if we can bring that every game, we'll be all right.
And as one of the leaders of this group, what do you need to do to keep the positive vibe and keep your teammates together for the rest of the season?
I don't know to keep the positive vibe. I would say I'm a pretty positive guy. Always myself. I try to just as soon as the game's over, it's over, and there's not much you can do about it. I think everybody just come in the next day, smile on their face, work your butt off, work hard, and try to enjoy the process, and then on to the next one. And then once all those pieces come together, the result will come. I keep repeating the same thing, but it's how I look at it, and I think but it's a major key to keep a positive mindset throughout the ups and downs of an NBA season.
Thanks, Unicorn.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thanks, KP.